Hey, Mark Meldrum, Meldrum's Mazda Garage, and we're out here in the garage on this beautiful day in December. It's going to be about 52 degrees, so I don't even need to run the furnace out here in the garage today. And we're working on the 70 Chevelle. We actually had a buyer for the 70 Chevelle, but I kind of talked to Mike and Larry, and I said, you know, I think if there's quite a few things we could do to increase the value of this car before we move it down the road. So we're going to hang on to this car, and we're going to put some shine back into it. I've got have had the buffer out, and I've been working on this rear quarter panel today, and the shine's starting to slowly come back. We've got some interior sections to put back together, and we'll show you that along the way. But the real reason I wanted to talk to all you guys today is I've got a very, very special treat. I was going through some old footage, and I mean really, really old footage of when we just started out with the Northern Ohio Chevelle Club and we were getting things rolling. And I found footage from the 2007 Cleveland Autorama. Back then, Josh had a video camera, and it was digital, but everything went on tape, and we were able to get that off the tape into a hard drive and then into the computer so I could edit it a little bit more to bring to you today. So I think you're going to really enjoy this trip down memory lane. You're going to hear a lot of names from the past. You're going to see one person that has actually passed away, and God rest his soul. So let's go back in time. Whoop! Mark Meldrum from the Northern Ohio Chevelle Club, and we're here in beautiful Cleveland, Ohio, at the IX Center for the 41st Federated Cleveland Autorama. We're at the IX Center today, and we're going to shoot some video. Please don't expect anything professional. We're a bunch of amateurs here, just a bunch of car guys. And we're going to show you our display, and hope you enjoy it. So we're going to go inside because it's about 24 degrees out here this morning, and it's pretty cold. So we'll see you inside. Good morning once again. This is Mark Meldrum, Northern Ohio Chevelles. We got Josh Meldrum on the camera this morning, and we're going to take a tour of our display here at the Cleveland IX Center, 41st Federated Auto Parts Autorama. And we're going to start off with Ken and Donna Smith's beautiful 67 Malibu. And we're just going to walk down Malibu Lane here. You can see the display. Beautiful car. Ken and Donna Smith own this car. They're club members. They are 67 Malibu, once again, 327 motor. This car's made numerous trips up to Niagara Falls for the Chevelle show up there. Real nice car. Beautiful red color. Ken and Donna Smith, I guess they got to drive the car on Lowe's Motor Speedway last year. They've got a picture of it down there. So that was quite the experience for Ken, driving on the big track. I guess that was 2001. The next car we've got in our display, Ed and Debbie Nichols have this car. It's Ed Nichols' car, 69 Chevelle SS, 396, 375 horsepower motor. Of course, Ed's done a few things to the car to liven it up a little bit. It's got a real nice polished intake manifold, some nice Edelbrocker covers there, valve covers. Real nice car. Once again, you know, this is for the Northern Ohio Chevelle Club. We're going to have our own regional show this year. Hope everybody can make it out to that. It's in Hudson, Ohio, July 20th, 21st, and 22nd. We've got a nice little pocket bike that Frank Clark Agency has donated to us, and we're going to raffle that off at the show. So that should be real nice. We're planning on a 3-day event this year, and we just hope to have a real good time going up to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, out to Summit. Should be a real nice show. This is Sean McElroy's car. This is the 70 Malibu. The next car we see will be the Philbies. But both club members, I always get these guys mixed up because their cars are the same color. The only way I can tell them apart is I've got a black vinyl top on Sean's car. And of course Bob's car's got the SS hood on it with cowl induction. And it's just a real nice misty turquoise color. Love both these cars. Okay. Next thing we have in the display is once again a little advertisement for their Northern Chevelle Regional Show, ACES sponsored show. We've got a nice transmission that got donated, and we'll be raffling this transmission off at the show. Real nicely built Turbo 400 transmission donated by Custom Trans right here in Cleveland, Ohio. Once again, here's the Philbies car. Real nice ivory interior here. Bob has a 355 crate motor in the car, turbo 350. This paint code 34, mystery misty turquoise. Did a frame up restoration on this car in 1999. It's a beautiful engine compartment. They painted the engine to match the car. A lot of nice chrome accessories on the engine here. So and this thing really moves. It's got some power to it. Next car in the display is this is my car. It's a 1972 Chevelle SS. It's got a 454 that was recently rebuilt by Weber Automotive. And my son Josh and I doing the camera work here today. We put this motor in the car this winter. Once again, it's a pretty rare car. Only 70 convertibles were made with the 454 in 1972. And when you break down the option codes, basically there were only about 15 that had the cowl induction hood, the M22 rock crusher transmission, and the LS5 454 four barrel. We're trying to make it a numbers matching car. About the only thing that's not original on the car is the color, the paint color. It should be a golf green, and maybe someday we'll turn it back to that color. We had a little disturbance. One of the guys in the Harley Davidson group over there fired up his bike. Kind of rumbling this morning, but okay, they turned it off now, so we can get on with our tour of the club display here. This is Joe Desmonds. He's our vice president. 74 Chevelle. This car was bought off of eBay. Paid about $1,000 on it. Still working on the restoration. It's got a nice little 350 motor in it, 342 rear end. Real nice white exterior. Was recently painted. Of course, Joe's got all the build sheets on the car and whatnot. Got all the history on the car. We're coming over, he's got a nice little display here. Like I said, 350 engine. He's got some headers on here. Nice air cleaner to get the air into that four barrel. Okay, we're going to walk around to the other side of our display. This is club headquarters here. You can see we're doing some advertising for the club. See, we got an advertisement. We're going to have Chuck Hansen at our show this year. Real proud of that. Really planning on a family event here. We're going to have some games for the kids and whatnot, Hot Wheel racing and things like that. But this is our club headquarters. We're handing out information on the club, about our show and about how to join our club, and of course our newsletter in the club. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to roll around to the other side of our display, walk down State Route 396, and on State Route 396 we've got a fabulous display. We've recreated a 1970 Chevelle SS assembly line, and we'll start off with a frame and work our way all the way into the showroom. So let's kind of walk around through here.
inside the display here. This is Brian Sarver's frame. It's a beautiful start to a 1970 SS Chevelle. This thing is really nicely detailed. Of course, you can see original shocks. We've got all the correct stickers on the car to say, you know, exactly what codes were made with the car, the right brake lines. I mean, this car is off to a fabulous start. It's got a real nice powder coating on it. You can see it's got the F41 suspension, disc brakes. You can see it's got, like I said, this thing's really super detailed. So we're really, you know, it might be a few years away, but we like the start. We're real proud of Brian on this. So, okay. Next car we got in our display is Mike Eli's car. We worked real hard to get this out of the paint shop. This car was in the paint shop just a week ago. It came out of Brooklyn Auto Body. You can see it's a real nice blue color here. But like I said, this is a half-built car. It doesn't have the interior in it. You can see we've got our assembly line workers started on the car. No front clip on the car yet. Plan on finishing this car sometime in the summer. Once again, Mike Eli's working on this car. Now, this car isn't being built to be a numbers matching car. This car is going to be a street driven car. It's just going to be one that you really can beat on it. Mike's motto for this car is drive it like you stole it. So once again, not a numbers matching car, but it is a true SS car. It's got a LS5 454 in it, and this thing should really motor once he gets it finally built up. Okay. Next car in our display, real nice 396 SS Chevelle, turbo 400 transmission. This car is owned by Don Justice. You know, Don's got the original window sticker on this car. Original price on this car, $4,785. Boy, you can get even more than 10 times that amount for this car now. I think Don's been offered some pretty big money for this car. It's a neat car. It's got the cowl induction. It's all numbers matching. 396 air conditioning car, turbo 400 transmission. It's a cranberry red. Got the pearl white seats, tilt steering, AM/FM stereo. It's got tinted windows, deluxe seat belts. Just a fabulous, well restored car. Okay. Next car we have in the display is a 1970 Chevelle SS. This car is owned by Craig Youngblood. Another fabulous restoration on the car. This car is a 4-speed car, 396, 350 horse car. It's got some real nice options on it. You can see the original price on this car was $4,272. What a bargain. Now, Craig did a lot of work on this car himself. About the only thing he didn't do himself was paint the car. But Craig's done his best to make a numbers matching car here. It's got that 41 suspension package, 396. It's got the D55 console, power steering, tilt steering wheel, posi traction, 331 rear end in this car. So that kind of finishes off our factory part of the display, and then we're gonna take one final walk over into our showroom section. And I see we've got Richard Clay here, and maybe he'll help me talk about the car. Once again, Mark Meldrum here, Northern Ohio Chevelles. Got Richard Clay with me. He did a bunch of the work on this beautiful LS6 Chevelle. I'll let him talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, this car is owned by my uncle and my cousin, and a good friend of mine owned this car for about 15 years. Never drove it on the street. It made about 5 passes down the drag strip, and the guy that owned it before him, or the gentleman owned it before him, was his next door neighbor, and he owned the car for about 15 years before he did. And the car was very limited driven, and it's set most of the time. So it's always had pretty much indoor storage. The second owner was a high school kid that went to school in Middleburg Heights, and he probably, if the car was ever really abused, it was probably by him. And
It only has 6,000 miles on it, isn't that right?
Yeah, it had 6,000 miles on it whenever we got it. It had all the original, it had the original block engine, pistons, crank in it, but it had a different intake, carburetor, camshaft. The rear end had a spool in it with 488 gears. And so whenever we got it, the car was totally rust-free. The car didn't have any rust on it. So whenever we went to restore the car, we decided to go ahead and pull the body off the frame, which set the frame out and had it powder coated, and there wasn't one pit in the frame. None. The guy at the powder coating shop said that he'd never seen a frame that old or that nice. So it's a very good car to start with. So we had to search and try to find some of the parts, like the original carburetor intake, distributor. We went ahead and put a 4 Series posi unit in it with a set of 410s, just like it was in the factory. And we just got the car done. In fact, we don't even have a spare tire in it yet. And
take a walk and let's open the door here. Take a look in the interior.
But this car is a factory LS6, 454, 450 horse. It's got an M22 in it with a 410 12 bolt in it. It's got the console. It's got manual steering with power brakes, which power brakes came standard on the SS cars. It's also got the gauge package, AM radio, black with white stripes, which in my opinion is one of the nicest colors you can have in one of these cars. The car was actually a pretty easy restoration, being that there was no rust repair on it. Whenever we had the engine, we decided to go ahead and freshen the engine up. Like I said, it's got the original pistons, block, crank, and heads. Those are the original heads on it. Whenever we rebuilt the car, it's also got the factory original alternator, water pump, starter, and master cylinder on this car. They're all date coded. They were on this car. We sent them out and had them rebuilt. It's got the original radiator in it. It had no gunk in it. We took it and had it boiled out, and the guy said, "You don't need anything to do to this radiator." So all we did was paint it. And,
we had one of our club members helped out with the restoration on this car, getting all the tags and paint daubs. We got to give a little credit to Larry Robinson.
Oh yeah,
on
Larry
this.
Robinson was a big help. Plus his knowledge of Chevelles helped us. And, so we're pretty proud of it, and I know my cousin and uncle are. And,
we'll try to catch those guys on film a little later today.
Okay.
But let's pan back and we'll kind of give you an overall shot of the assembly line again. Can you get it?
Yeah.
And once again, we tried to recreate an assembly line here. The display came out awesome. We got a 46 foot long poster. It's got one of the factories that made Chevelles. We call it the life cycle of the Chevelle. And my nephew Charlie made this poster. Shows the frames, all the axles, some of the assembly line work that was done on the Chevelle. We took this out of a magazine article that was originally written for the 1970 El Camino. But just a neat way to represent everything that was done on the assembly line. You can see we've got some assembly line workers, and the display just came out awesome. I want to give credit to a lot of club members that put this together. Even guys that don't have cars in the display were out here helping us. Northern Ohio Chevelles, we've got about 35 members. This is about our third year running the club. The club was started by J.P. Rook, and of course this year we've got Mr. Nichols. Ed Nichols took over as president of the club, and just a lot of good people running this club. We've got Joe Desmond's our vice president, Kenny Smith's our treasurer, and then we've got Dana Senecal as our secretary. Just a lot of fabulous people that put a lot of hard work into this display, and we're putting a lot of hard work into getting ready for our show this year. I think it'll be a real nice event. So that's about it for the Cleveland Autorama. We're just getting started here. It's about 9:30 in the morning. We'll probably have quite a bit more footage we'll shoot for you. There's a lot of nice Chevelles here. Some Team Chevelle guys are here. Some Aces guys are here. They're in other parts of the display. Yesterday we met one of the Team Chevelle guys, Frank. He came down from Cambridge, Pennsylvania, and he's got a real nice Chevelle, and we'll try to get a shot of that. And that's about it. You know, one of the things that gave me inspiration to do this video today was Rob Marable. Rob, we're going to be showing your video today. We've got a screen on the other part of the display, and we're going to show your video off a little bit. And we plan on sending this videotape off to the Long Island Chevelle Club. So here's some kudos to you guys. You guys do a great job out there. We've seen a lot of your videos. We've bought your video of Chevelleabration for last year. And we see your television program you have on local access TV out there in Long Island. And I just think you guys do a real nice job with that. And that's why we're making this tape today. Hopefully we'll send it off to you. Maybe you can use bits and pieces of it. So once again, this is Mark Meldrum from the Northern Ohio Chevelle Club and Josh Meldrum on the camera. And we're signing off today.
All right, back in Meldrum's Monster Garage. I hope you enjoyed that trip down memory lane. I certainly enjoyed going back through it. And maybe it got a little long, but a lot of cool things in that display. A lot of those cars in the display are still owned by the same people. Some of the cars have moved on. That black LS6 Chevelle that was in the display, that ended up selling for big, big money. I'm talking $180,000 plus dollars. And that was back in 2008. So that was some pretty strong money back then. That was an absolutely gorgeous car to have in our display. And anyway, hope you enjoyed that trip down memory lane. Let's get back to getting ready for Christmas. We've got the Northern Ohio Chevelle Club Christmas card party coming up this weekend. So hope to see a lot of you guys and reminisce about this video. And that's all I got today. See ya!